Hey guys, thanks for joining our podcast. It's Simon here, club owner from Fitness Republic. I'm joined today with top personal trainer Connor.
So guys, this is going to be a podcast. We're going to run you through a couple of questions that you guys have been asking us for a while, and we're going to fire some questions out at you with some answers.
Okay, so what have we got? First, we've got a question that's come in is, how do I stay motivated? So that's a really tough one. It's a really, really big question. Of all the years that I've been training, it sometimes can be really difficult. Okay, I appreciate that it's going to be really difficult sometimes to keep yourself motivated, to keep coming to the gym, keep working out. One of the big things I find with motivation for myself is I love to change my workouts around. So you won't find me doing the same workout really week in, week out, week in, week out. I love to change the exercises, change the order, change the routines, and that really keeps me motivated to keep coming to the gym, because I'm never going to be doing the same thing twice. It's not a prerequisite. You don't need to keep changing your workout. In an ideal world, using the same workout for 6 to 8 weeks and progressing it is the way to go. But if you're anything like myself, which is, I find it really hard to keep myself motivated sometimes, and keep my brain needs to continuously keep occupied, then I just have to keep changing things around. And there's nothing wrong with that, and it's a really good way to stay motivated. So that is something that you could try in your own workouts. If you've been doing the same workout for many months, then a change is definitely going to be what you need, and a change is really good for the body as well. What do you think, Connor? Yeah.
I think part of motivation as well, and this is something that I will tell my clients day in and day out, every single check-in, every single time that we see each other, I'll always say, have you been accountable? And accountability, I think there's a big link with the motivation side of things. So to be accountable, I actually did post on this about a couple of days ago, and you don't just have to be accountable to yourself. So obviously, if you're not motivated and you're not being accountable to yourself, you need to be accountable to someone else.
I think you're right. I think that's a really big thing as well, is that I know from the years that we've been doing it, that personal training has really taken off, not only within our club but all around the world. People, if you've ever had a personal trainer, you can see how the benefit of that would work, because you're getting the motivation from the trainer, and you're also getting the change of exercise plan, the program from the trainer.
The expertise as well.
Exactly.
In the field, yeah.
But I do think a big one as well, and this goes back to staying motivated, is you always seem more motivated when you can see the results.
Definitely.
So results is a really big motivating factor, and one thing you need to do in your workout is you need to plan like little milestones where you can actually see the progress. If you see the progress, you're more motivated to keep coming down the gym and working towards your goals. So actually, I know you do that kind of with a lot of your clients, is regular weekly check-ins, taking pictures, body fat measurements and all that kind of thing like that. That is going to keep you motivated to keep coming, because you're actually seeing the results of it.
Yeah, it's not even about coaching. Fair enough, you can hire a coach, and you can hire a really, really good coach, and bang out loads of PTs and check-ins and everything, but even if you're not in the position to have a coach at this point in time, you can be accountable to a family member, a friend, even a partner or anything. You can, even if you're just sending a progress picture over, or you're just saying, oh, I'm going to the gym tonight, and they make sure that you send that message, that's still being accountable to that person. So obviously with coaching, you have the expertise and you have the skill set, and you have that coach to kind of lean on, if you understand what I mean. So
I think Ryan, one, and again down at specifically talking about Fitness Republic, one thing I don't sometimes, I think that everybody kind of realises that within the membership at Fitness Republic, your program changes are free.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a big difference between let's say booking a personal trainer and a program change. Program changes are all included within your membership, in which case we'll update your program every 6 to 8 weeks and give you new tips, give you new tricks, and keep you know, keep
Keep
on
it
at
nice
you.
and fresh as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. Obviously, when it comes to like personal training for motivation, you've now got that person on your back, keep making you stay accountable, and actually getting those extra 1, 2, 3 reps out that ultimately you might not have done on your own. And you know, using the skill and the expertise of the trainer will help you then to get to the position that you want to be in a lot quicker. But all of that comes under motivation. You know, everybody's motivated in different ways, so it's finding what your motivation, whether that be results, whether that be, you know, having a trainer, somebody kick your ass, you know, that kind of thing. It's all incorporated. But motivating, you know, let's get things, you know, changed around, change something. If it's not working for you, change it. Okay,
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I would.
even sometimes I say to a lot of my clients, even if it's just a little message in between check-ins or something, it's keeping you motivated and accountable, not only to me but to yourself as well. So if you do a check-in and you're like, oh, it's not gonna be a good check-in, and in between the time, so a lot of my clients will check in with me on a Wednesday, and in between the time from a Wednesday to Wednesday, that's on you.
Yeah.
And you know that I'm going to be on your back if you're not there. That's the whole point of being accountable.
No, exactly.
So yeah, shall we move on to the next
one?
one?
Yeah. So here's a really good one. Do I need to do cardio to lose weight?
So the answer for this one is a big no. So to lose weight, we've got 2 factors. So we need to be, you may have heard it 100 times, but we need to be in a calorie deficit. Yeah?
Which basically means, layman's terms, means you need to be either consuming a little bit less than you need, or you need to be burning a little bit more.
Yeah, so
There's 2 ways of doing that.
When we kind of calculate how much of a calorie deficit you actually need to be in, we need to think about stuff like energy expenditure, what you do for a job, how active you are, what foods you actually enjoy eating as well. One thing that I will never do for someone to lose weight is give them foods that they're not actually going to enjoy eating, because it's just not going to be sustainable. And to actually lose that weight, we need to sustain that calorie deficit for an extended period of time. But going back onto the cardio side of things, I have clients who do not do cardio, and they will lift weights 3-4 times a week, and they will still have a really, really good workout and potentially burn more calories than an actual 45 minutes strolling on the treadmill. But it's completely up to you.
Yeah,
what do you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, my view with cardio basically is, I mean, cardio is great, and you know, when I first started out in gyms many years ago, it used to be that you'd walk into the gym and you see all the girls on the cardio and all the guys in the weights, and that has since changed massively, and for the better. There's so many benefits to weights, you know, that you know, we could go on forever and talk about. But cardio does have its place. Now, for me, cardio is a tool to, so I use it a lot for warming up and cooling down, but it's also a tool to get fitter and to get more healthier. And cardio you can do like low intensity, like walking on a treadmill. You can also do high intensity, so you can do like HIIT training. So I wouldn't walk in the gym and exclusively go, right, I'm going to jump on that treadmill and burn 300 calories, which will be great, but obviously if you overindulge at the weekend by 400 calories, you've added more. So I would definitely use it to come in and to improve your health and improve your fitness. So it definitely has its place. And challenge yourself a little bit as well. So raise your heart rate up. You know, you might be working at a low intensity of say 60% of your maximum, but let's try and raise that 70-80% of your maximum heart rate. Gives you a bit of a workout, keeps your heart and lungs and everything internally functioning really well. So it's not bad in any way, and it should be done. It's just, I wouldn't come in and say, right, I've got to get on that treadmill to lose me weight. Yes, if you don't go outside and walk, yes, if you're not getting many steps in a day, then it is most certainly going to help, and it will be recommended. But, you know, one of the big factors of you burning calories is going to be that what they call NEAT exercise, so the exercise you do when you're not at the gym. So if you can walk to your car, you know, go out on a bike ride, go for a walk the dog, get your steps up. I mean, I average, I don't know about you, Connor, but I I try to get a minimum of 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
Minimum of 10,000
Yeah,
steps
yeah.
a day, and that then I've done kind of my neat exercise.
I think it always also depends on kind of what your career entails. So let's say you're sat at a desk and on a Monday to Friday, obviously your energy expenditure isn't going to be as much as, let's say, on a Saturday you go walking and then a Sunday you're out and about all day. So it's kind of keeping it at a nice average almost.
No, but you're right with that. Yeah.
So the days where you're more active, try and meet that to a day at work, sat at the desk.
Yeah.
So let's say on your lunch break you go on a quick walk. Fair enough, it's not going to happen overnight, but little steps add up and you can have quite a good outcome from it.
Yeah, because I know since COVID, a lot of people are working from home, so a lot of people are sitting down all day long. So actually getting off your butt and actually doing something like a little bit of cardio, even if you've got 15-20 minutes, it doesn't matter. You know, I think there's this big thing where people or some people think that you've got to come to the gym for an hour and work out really, really hard. Well, that's not the case. You know, if you've got 20 minutes, 30 minutes, then we can have a really great workout in that time.
Definitely.
So definitely don't put it off, and it should be incorporated into your kind of weekly routines.
Yeah, definitely make it.
Okay, let's go for.
Make it a lifestyle.
Let's go for one more then, Colin. Let's go for one more. What we got? We got meal prep. Okay, what does it say? So how and when is best to do meal prep? So tell me first, Colin, you're really good at this. Tell me why you do meal prep.
So, meal prep, and this is a massive subject that a lot of people struggle with, and this actually links into another question. So, that's routine. So, how/when is best to meal prep? So this is a question that we've had, and it's all about routine, and that's why we meal prep, and it's about organisation as well. And let's say you're going to work, and you're kind of keep on going to the shop and just buying here and there, and you're not prepared at all, and you've got a busy day ahead, and the meal prep side of things it means that you've got food on the go, and it means that if you prep on a Sunday through to a Wednesday, it's going to cut down your cooking time as well. So let's say for me to batch cook, personally I will meal prep on a Sunday. For me to batch cook from Sunday night through to Wednesday night, it takes me an hour, and it takes me no longer than an hour, and I like to have like fresh breakfast, so I like to cook my breakfast from scratch, obviously, so that's the only cooking, and that takes me 10 minutes every morning.
I think I think with meal prep, now I know it's not for everyone, but
yeah, definitely.
one thing that myself included, we're all going to kind of like have a little bit of struggle with his diet and what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat, and how much to eat. So I'm really guilty of it. As you go home and then you look in the fridge, think, I should have. Oh, I won't bother. I'll have a takeaway. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. And what meal prep does for me what it basically does is it takes that element of you going out and having to, like you said, kind of going to the shop and having to buy something and find something.
Yeah.
If it's there ready for you and it's nutritious and it's the right foods and it's the right amount of calories that you need, then it's going to be far more easier for you to stay on track eating well than it is if you didn't have it. You thought, well, I'll just nip out and get a bag of crisps. You can see how it works. You can see how I've been there, I've done it quite a lot, and so my meal prep, as I'm not one to sit and batch cook myself generally, would be my evening meals. There's always some leftover which I will then use again for the following day for like lunch. That's like an easy way for me to do it, but you need to find out what's the best way for you yourself to do it. And if you're working to things like macros and calories, then obviously planning out what you're going to eat get to that level is the best way to go.
Yeah, a really good tool that I use myself actually is make your meal prep, and one tub or container of your meal prep, weigh it out, and you can use stuff like a calorie tracker, like a MyFitnessPal app, and make the recipe, and then you've already got it, and that's just even easier. So if you are restricting your calories and you are in a deficit, that's such a good tool, I think, to use, and it's really accessible as well.
Yeah, the advent of the apps like MyFitnessPal, where you can literally put any food in and then it will tell you what's in that food and how many calories it's in. It does make things a lot easier, but you do really have to find the right way for you to get the right kind of nutrients into your body. So that might be full-on meal prep, that might be a little bit of meal prep, that might be a bit of leftovers, a bit, there's a different way, there's always a different way to skin a cat. But what you've got to do is find out, no one size fits all, and it's finding out what's right for you. So how and when, the question how and when is the best time to meal prep. So when is obviously generally a lot of the time it's when you've got spare time at weekends for the week, because most of us, I would say, probably eat okay during the week. It's the weekends that'll probably let us down.
It's the weekends, and let's say you've kind of got an event or something at the weekend. Don't put yourself down about that event. So let's say you've got to go, let's say you've been invited to go out with some friends on a Friday night, and then on a Saturday night you've got a family meal, and then on a Sunday night you've got, I don't know, you're going to a party or something, or you're going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
What I say to my clients is, for one of those events or one of those times that you are going out, don't worry about it. The other two, so let's say a Saturday and a Sunday, you restrict slightly. Yeah. Even on the MyFitnessPal app, I say this to so many people, you can almost replicate. Let's say you're going out for a steak or something, you can replicate that meal pretty well, and some restaurants do actually have the ability to actually calorie track it as well. So I think that's that question really answered, isn't it?
That's cool. So what we'll do, we'll leave it there. We don't want to go on and drone on to you. We're going to do these podcasts on a regular basis. So if you really have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. Fire ahead, and we're going to try and answer as many as we can, and just give you the benefit of our bit of experience that we've had being in the gym industry and the fitness and health industry. But yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
So and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Take care. Thank you.
See ya.